So boys, scalping is actually, I know for a fact, has gone very viral within the forex trading industry, and I know a lot of people these days are looking for new methods and new strategies that actually are working within the markets for a nice scalping strategy to gain nice, quick, one-to-one, one-to-two risk rewards. So in this video right now, boys, I'm going to show you exactly the strategy I use when it comes to scalping, and this works pretty much every single time. All you're doing is you're following simple order flow, and you'll be trading on the 5 minute or the 3 minute. Personally, for myself, I like to trade on the 5 minutes. That's exactly what we'll be doing today, and I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how we do it. So simply, all you're going to be using is fair value gaps in this case, okay? You know, if you don't know what a fair value gap, I've got a video separate on my channel that explains exactly what a fair value gap is, guys. So if you click on my channel, you'll find the video right there. You can quickly just watch that through, find out what fair value gap is and how to use it, and then you'll be able to understand more detail in this video, and we're showing you how to use them in this advantage in the scalping method I'm going to show you. So first of all, what we're going to do is you want to work out the order flow in the market, okay? So I'm going to be using today's example, and today's example, as you know, it was long. So what I'm going to do is you replay tool, okay? And now we're going to just see what happens within the market. I want to see where the market wants to go. As you can see here, order flow, as you can see here, is going to be very bullish today. And this is where New York has opened up as well. It was around 8:30 a.m. in this country where I am right now, guys, is New York opens. What we're going to do now is what we do is very simple. So what you're going to be looking for is you're going to be looking for potential fair value gaps in the 5 minute. So as you can see here straight away now, as you can see, guys, we got a very nice fair value gap already has formed for us, as you can see here on the 5 minute. Now, the way that this strategy will only work is you have to wait for this 5 minute fair value gap to react. You have to wait for this fair value gap to react and close above the open of the fair value gap, because that way you know that the fair value gap is getting respected and the order flow is still bullish. If, for example, you're closing inside the fair value gap or below it or completely filling it, we are not going to be taking the trade at all, guys, okay? So as you can see here, we form a nice fair value gap, and what you do, we wait for a tap in into it, okay, and we wait for it to close above. We're not going to be entering just yet. We're going to be entering the next candle that opens up right now. So if I press play right now, okay, so what you do now is you open on this candle here that just opened, the open of the candle. So you're going to go long, okay, and your stop loss is literally going to be below the wick that tapped into that fair value gap, okay? So what we're going to, for example, here, we'd have a 5 pip stop loss, and our take profit will simply be either you can do a 1-to-1, which is obviously you get some nice 1%, and it's simply 5 pip take profit, or you can aim for a nice 1-to-2, which of course would be a nice 2% gain on your account if you're trading unfunded, or if you're trading on personal and you're using bigger lots, you can do that too, and this strategy will definitely work. So as you can see here, guys, this will be our first trade here, and it was a successful trade. Okay, so you'll be looking for more fair value gaps to be formed in the 5 minute for a potential another entry or scalping in this New York trade. So as you can see, we've got another fair value gap formed right here. However, we want to see first if we get any tap into this fair value gap for a nice entry, and if we don't, then we simply, guys, will not be entering this trade. So let's have a look if we tapped into this fair value gap. So as you can see here, guys, we tapped into fair value gap. However, the close that we had inside this fair value gap, I don't really like. So what you do, we'd not be entering from this fair value gap. As I mentioned earlier, we closed inside of it rather than above. So we're going to carry on pressing the tool and see what happens. Okay, so as you can see, we came back up into a nice bullish pattern. So we're going to carry on going. We are not going to be taking any trades just yet. Okay, so now we formed another fair value gap, as you can see right here. Okay, again, we need to wait for a tap into the fair value gap and close above to be able to enter this trade. And if we don't, we simply carry on looking for another nice fair value gap. So you can see here, guys, we did not tap into it, so we will not be taking this trade. Now, this 5 minute fair value gaps occur quite a lot in the market, and as you can see here, guys, before we even said it, we have successfully tapped into it and we have closed above it. So we're going to wait for the next candle open to enter this trade. Okay, so what would we do done in this case scenario is we would have entered on the open, and we would have had a stop loss, pretty much just covering this fair value gap. So we need to would have, for example, a 3 pip stop loss for this trade. And again, we'd either take out these highs, as you can see, we formed equal highs on the 5 minute, or you can just simply just do 1-to-2 again, as you can see right here. And let's see if this trade would have worked out for us. Here we go. And as you can see, guys, straight away, beautiful TP and a nice reaction from the fair value gap. So all we did was pretty much we waited for a tap into this fair value gap, close above, enter the next candle. As you can see here, we nearly filled it and we spiked up. So I want you to keep doing, guys, is what I want you to have your stop loss always either below the wick if the fair value gap is quite big, or if it's a small fair value gap, this is a 5 minute, just simply have your stop loss below the 5 minute fair value gap, because here would have worked out again. So what we do now, boys, is we carry on looking for another fair value gap. All you want to do is follow the order flow in the 5 minute, look for a fair value gap, look for the fair value gap to actually react. So what I mean by that is pretty much wait for it to tap in, wait to close above it, okay, and the next open candle, that's when you enter. Stop loss will be either below the wick that actually tapped into the fair value gap. That's only if it's a bigger fair value gap. If it's a smaller one, you can just have your stop loss a little bit below the fair value gap, so that if you want to come back into it, you'll be protected as well. So what we do now, again, we're going to carry on with the order flow. I'm going to see where we go next. Okay, so we formed again. We formed the fair value gap, as you can see right here, inside of here. So we're going to draw this out just like this. I'm going to see if we get a nice tap in. If we don't, we carry on simply going high. As you can see, we didn't tap into this fair value gap, so we would have not traded in this scenario. Okay, no fair value gap still has been formed. So we're going to carry on going. Okay, so nice spike to the upside, and now we formed a really big fair value gap. Okay, as you can see right here, we got a nice fair value gap on the 5 minute. Let's see if we tap in and close above. So we tapped in. We need to wait for a nice closure above. As you can see here, we do not enter until we get a closure. That's the only key thing in this strategy. You need to wait for a reaction from the fair value gap. We cannot be taking these trades if we're not getting a reaction from the fair value gap. So as you can see, we close above it. Let's see what the next candle does. Okay, so here now we can enter this trade successfully right now on the next open of this candle. And for this instant, we will have to have stop loss 6 pips. Okay, so just covering the fair value gap, the wick that we just formed here. And again, we just do for a nice 1 to 2 simple risk reward, guys. Okay, let's carry on and see what happens. And as you can see here, guys, again, TP has been hit. So what I want you to do, boys, is I want you to pretty much, I'll put the rules right now on the screen for you. So number 1, you want to follow order flow. Okay, then you hop on the 5 minute. And what I want you to do is then you want to look for fair value gaps. Now, we're not going to be entering from these fair value gaps until we get a close above the fair value gap that we formed, and then we enter on the next open candle of that 5 minute. Now, this works really, really well, guys. And I promise you guys, this will make sure that you're more successful and you're actually using a genuine strategy rather than just simple breakouts that many people use in these scalping strategies. Is simply just wait for a breakout and you enter. However, that's not realistic. However, this is more high probability trade for you to be scalping within the markets rather than just a breakout retest. What I'm going to do now is going to quickly show you few more examples. I'm going to go onto the chart, scroll to the left and replay the tool of a random selection of the market, so I can show you exactly how it works. So I've just gone through the chart and I've selected a random spot in the market. As you can see right here, I'm going to see exactly if we can follow the strategy I told you, boys, to be able to scalp in the market. So let's carry on using the tool and see what happens. So at the moment, as you can see, order flow is bearish pretty much. You can see straight away. At the moment, we have no 5 minute fair value gaps formed just yet, so we're not going to be entering any trades until we see successful 5 minute fair value gap gets formed. So we're going to carry on until we see a nice 5 minute fair value gap gets formed for us. So still at the moment, guys, no trades. So we've got our first 5 minute fair value gap that has actually been formed, as you can see here. Okay, this is our first 5 minutes. At the moment, guys, we have not had a tap into that fair value gap, so we're going to just wait until we get a successful tap in and close below it. So as you can see here, guys, we've successfully tapped into this 5 minute fair value gap. And what you'd have done, you'd have entered on the next 5 minute open of this candle. So to put shorts right there, stop loss covering this fair value gap, so we'd have a 6.4 pip stop loss. And again, we'll just be aiming for a nice 1 to 2 simple risk reward. So let's have a look at this trade we've worked out for us. We'll hit take profit. As you can see, guys, straight away, TP has successfully been hit. So as always, guys, this strategy does work. I promise you, you're going to be able to be very patient and follow order flow and look for these fair value gaps to get formed and wait for a successful reaction where we get closure below the open of the fair value gap. So guys, that's pretty much it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed this really nice 5-minute scalping strategy. You can pretty much just use on I personally use on EU and GU. I'm sure you can use on any other pairs as well. However, what I want you to do now is I want you guys to go and test it out for yourself. Follow the simple steps I told you how to use the strategy. So simply what you do is follow order flow, see where the flow is going. You're going to be following the order flow, wait for 5-minute fair value gaps to get formed, wait for a successful reaction from that 5-minute fair value gap. And what I mean by that is get a nice closure first below the open of the fair value gap, and then you'll be entering the next 5-minute open candle. And from there, guys, all we're doing is aiming for a nice 1 to 2 risk reward trades on every single trade, guys. And as you can see here, we probably have caught another one of them today, and that would have been a 6% day for you for the day. So if you want to see more videos like this, guys, of many more strategies that I have that are very, very high probability of work within the market, make sure to drop a like and comment, guys, and join the free Telegram where I will be able to help you guys become more profitable. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.